provide links back to them, that they ought to do me the favor and provide links back to me. And so they wrote this nice post about, hey, this guy, Adam Japko, recently blogged about Wine Chap on his WineZag site, and here's what he said. And if you want the complete article, read it here. And if you click there, you end up back on my site, and I get a visitor. And so this started driving 20 to 30 visits a day to me for a few weeks. And all of a sudden, I had 200 to 300 bonus visitors who now all of a sudden got to see what WineZag is about, and they're coming from this really awesome site called Wine Chat, which is being driven by some of the smartest people in wine in the world. And so it's just a really, really important tactic in content marketing, which is why I'm bringing it to your attention. The other thing we talked about earlier was Google Juice and driving Google returns. And about a year ago, I wrote this post called 90 Points of Costco Wine on June 9th, 2009. And it was nothing more than a little bit. I got on a phone and I listened to the investor call. I understood how they were they thought about their square footage in their warehouses and how many turns of product. And I wanted to understand this because there was a little rumor that Costco was going to change its wine policy. Now, why did I do this? I did this because I wanted to get into a large search stream. And what I meant by that is that Costco is the largest wine retailer in America. And being the largest wine retailer in America, lots and lots of people search things like Costco and wine, or what wine should I buy at Costco. So when you search Costco wine now, you do get 1.4 million returns. But this particular post, which has nothing to do about any wine you might find at Costco, comes up either first, second, or third, depending on the day, in this search return. And lots of other search returns that are about Costco and wine. And this shows the real power of creating blog content and doing it in a way where the content, the blog, it becomes a really trusted site by Google because you're writing on a regular basis around one steady topic. In this case, it happens to be wine. So if somebody's searching wine in Costco, I'm going to do really well. Now, obviously, Costco has lots more content about it on its site and so forth, but you can see as you scroll down on page 1, there's lots of blogs that come up here. The Wine and Curmudgeon blog, lots and lots of other blogs, so Word on Wine at Costco, and they do that because of the power of content marketing, everything we've been talking about, excellent tagging regimens, linking regimens, and easily updated content. Now, you take one more step behind and look behind this, you can see this is what this is. This is a measurement tool of how much of visitors to the WineZag blog in one day. And the reason I'm showing you this is that it shows you how you build an audience on the web using content marketing. And on this one particular day, you can see that there were 113 views, and you can see that 58 of them came to the latest post because I probably tweeted it and put it out on Facebook, and 58 people came and read this particular post. And then you can see that the rest of the traffic that day was built by 1s and 2s and 12s. You can see 11 visitors were built by people reading 90 Points of Costco Wine, which is a post that was a year old. And I bring that to your attention because lots of these posts are quite old. And the reason that they continue to work for you is that they are out on the web, and they live there, and they never go away, and they continue to drive traffic. And you can also see the way traffic was driven that day. And these are all the search engine terms that went in, and you can see all of these searches that just drove one person at a time. And so while I may have had 25 or so search visits on this particular day, you can see that 6 of them came from people searching Costco wine and best Costco wines and Costco with wine. And so the more and more content you have on your blog over time, the better your content marketing campaign is. I'd like to continue to move on and show you one more thing that really demonstrates the power of content marketing, and that is this particular fact, that in the last 30 days for this one particular blog, that there were 796 visits that came through keyword searches, and they came through 404 different keywords. And while Costco and wine tends to be the #1 search because that's the largest search stream and the most popular topic that was written about on this blog, you can see that very quickly the number 10 search word or search term only delivered 6 visitors. And to deliver 796 visitors over 404 keywords means there's lots and lots of long-tail searches where your people are only searching one word. So I just wanted to kind of come back to that and and really get focused around content marketing and how it's different from the way we normally think about social media. And when we think about social media in our world, we think about it as nothing more than an extension of your internet marketing campaign, which tends to happen at the website level for most folks. And then the next step tends to be for most businesses, how do I optimize my site? How do I get more people there and find ways to convert them into leads? And I may take another step and do some search marketing, buy some Google words, cost per click. But the really interesting thing is, how do I use social media marketing, in this particular case, to drive more traffic to my website and have, as a byproduct of this content marketing campaign, a bunch of content that can serve me in my social networking activities and can be the basis of my communications with my following. So I just want to pause for a second and take a look over our question box and just see if there's any questions at this point. Okay, let's see. I think we have one question. Can you tell me about the $395 package for social media? Matter of fact, I will. I'm going to kind of move into that now. And most of our programs are $395 a month. There's no setup costs. It's a 13-month contract. The first month serves as kind of the setup. We post a couple times a week. I'll take you through that in a moment. Let me see if there's any other questions. I think that's all the questions I have right now. So let me get into our content, into our program for a second. And again, our program is called Digital Sherpa. We have a number of different Sherpa products. The basis of all the Sherpa products are that they deploy a full system of multiple tools. So we're using a blog, Facebook, and Twitter. And I'll show you some of our blogs and some of the systems in a moment. The second part of our system is that we are providing regular content sharing. So we post twice a week to every one of our clients' blogs. And we do it twice a week because we feel that that's a really optimal level of content creation. And of course, more content is better, and posting every day is better. But posting every day would take somebody 80 hours a week or 100 hours a month to run their system, and it would also end up costing somebody $1,000 a month if they were going to work with somebody like us. But what we feel is that a really good optimal level where you can get a real bump and drive your business is to put enough content on a regular basis, a couple times a week over a year, and you will develop a really good social footprint. This is the way our systems work. All of our clients are assigned a Design Sherpa coordinator or a CRE Sherpa coordinator, a Fitness Sherpa coordinator, and it's basically your online community manager. And the relationship starts off with a couple of intake sessions held over the phone and on the web, and we're doing two things. We're designing your blog, which is from a functionality and look point of view, and we're designing a content campaign. And we're trying to figure out, since this is a time-saving element for our clients, how do we find things that you're already doing during your day and things that your business is involved in that we can get from you to create posts that feel authentic but that are interesting enough to a broad cut of people who won't even know you but might be searching for that kind of content on the web. The second thing we do is we try and use the web. We try and find information based on our intake with you that we think would be interesting to your prospects when they're starting to get active and engaged in the thought of either buying your product or using your service and so forth. We create these posts. We house them in the blog. There's a number of other things in each blog, galleries, product listings, e-commerce platforms I'll show you in a little bit. And then we take each post and we share them into Facebook and Twitter. We help recruit fans into Facebook and followers into Twitter, and we provide measurement and so forth. And that's essentially the system and the extent of its turnkey elements. I mentioned that blogs are the centerpiece of what we do, so let me take you to a couple of blogs.